There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV.
Yo, yes now, bless now people. Bada bing, we're listening to Nirvana. Let me just sort out my, what would you call it, resolution, is that right? We're listening to Hormoaning, alright? As recommended by Gary via the Patreon. Now, Gary's been putting me on to some good music. And to be honest with you, Nirvana heads and grunge heads, if you enjoy grunge music and you like seeing me check it out, you've got a lot to thank to my man Gary, as he's put forward the majority of grunge-esque and grunge-related recommendations on this channel, as of so far, most definitely. He said, I got to check out some B-sides. Hormoaning 2, it's a playlist. We've got 24 numbers on it. Well, And I Love Her. That can't be Nirvana, right? KC Music's official. I've not come across that. So he's put forward some Nirvana B-sides. I'm looking forward to delving into this. I don't know what to expect. Could be a couple of covers on here as well as original material. I know that they play a few of these in live because we've watched the live at Reading at this point. So there's a couple of numbers on that live at Reading as to which I can see here. But without further ado, shout out to my man Gary. Shout out to all the Nirvana heads. This first one's entitled Sappy. 6.5 million views for a B-side, eh? Not too bad. Let's go.
And if you save yourself, you will make
They put out a fair amount of music. Here we go. So we've got Nirvana selections from With the Lights Out. What's that? With the Lights Out? That resolution there, back into the chords. The way it just smashes back into that chord and the main riff was really fluid. That was really good. Listen. Because it's almost a thin, sort of raspy single note. Diddle, 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 down. And then that final cadence. Back onto the root note, back onto the tonic, we just smash that chord. How man's this such a mysterious song that used to be played all the time on the radio? Interesting. On the radio?
You will make him happy.
Always knew this is verse, chorus, verse. Anybody know the reference there? Because somebody else has commented on that, saying that brings back memories. Good tune. That was Sappy by Nirvana. That was an half decent tune, wasn't it? Not too bad at all. Not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, I know we're going to have some brilliant material in this, so I'm not going to speak too soon as far as quality is concerned. Let's keep going. We've got You Know You're Right coming up next, all right?
Too fast.
I mean, that had 103 million views. Dude, Gary put this forward as B-sides. If these are B-sides, that's crazy, man. So when did they release these? As like bonus material elsewhere? Like, where did these tunes get released, man? 103 million views. Yes, now, bless, now, don't forget the rest. Now, Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Hormoaning 2 by Nirvana. This one is entitled You Know You're Right. 103 million views, can you believe it? Is this a cover song? Like, why isn't this one referenced? Why is there 103 million views on it and it's not like referenced as one of their hit songs? This song was the biggest shock to the music world in 2002. I was in absolute shock when I heard it. Wow, it got released that late on. I don't care what anyone says, this is the saddest Nirvana song ever in my opinion. 100 million views. This song is one of the Nirvana songs that gives a clear glimpse into the tortured mind of Kurt Cobain. Wow. Wow, let's go, shall we? We've got a music video as well. What's his name? Dave Grohl going ham on the kit there. Some good live footage, by the way, on this.
Let's talk about someone else. Standing so against a mouth. Nothing really bothers her. She just wants to love himself. I will move away from here. You won't be afraid of fear. The thought was put into this. I always know to come like this. Things have never been so swell. I have never felt that well.
nobody really talks about the live antics, the stage performance of Nirvana. Have you never noticed that? I guess it's because it's a later generation now, but nobody talks about how they performed and, you know, some of the quirks of the performance value. It's always the studio recordings we discuss. That's catchy, that, innit? That was really good. Yeah, I can see why it's got so many views. That was really good. It was a really good tune. It was a really good tune. And lyrically speaking, it was really good to hear them turn such a morbid and consistently low vibrational negative tone into a big sounding epic badass rock song, you know? That chorus murmur, very catchy. That was really good. That was a really good tune. That was a really good tune, let alone the music video, which was awesome. Seeing the fellas do what they do. We've got Oh the Guilt coming up next, track number 3. Let's keep going, let's keep going, let's keep going. Yes, now bless. Now do not forget the rest. Now you know who it is. Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Nirvana, Hormoaning 2 in particular. This one's entitled Oh the Guilt. It's track number 3 of a large and long series of B-sides we're going to fly through, people. We just listened to You Know You're Right. What a track that was. Oh the Guilt is the title of this one. I'm sure we're going to see the word underrated come up a lot as far as the references to these numbers. Let's go.
Alright, guys.
Screw this. Screw this. Suck me off. Come on. Oh the Guilt. April 7th, 1992. Hardcore. Come on. One of their punk rock numbers, this one, eh? It's heavy as well as one of their punk rock numbers, you know? So here we go, got a little factoid here. The split single with the Jesus Lizard, alright? Bro, this is a crazy comment. Max Myers 3882 says, my friends call me weird for listening to this because I'm black. How mad is that? Bruh. I don't know how old you are, Max, mate, or if anybody is like Max out there, but come on, come on. Tell them to go screw themselves, you know? Although this guy finishes off saying way better than hip-hop and rap. I'm sure that's debatable. That's subjective, innit, Max? Sorry, mate. 201 replies, by the way, to that. That was a good tune. Yeah, that was a good tune. People referencing the chorus section as him just screaming guilt, but he does it ever so well, doesn't he? It's a great word to scream with such intensity over that cool riff. That wasn't a bad tune. It wasn't a bad tune. It wasn't my favourite Nirvana song, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Normally the punk rock songs are the ones I like, but I think we sort of tried to make it a bit too heavy. Alright? Bit too grungy. Which, of course, it's a grunge band there, but you know where I'm coming from. We've got Marigold coming up next. That 2 million views. All right, let's keep going. Yes, now, blessed. Now, don't forget the rest now, people. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. The voting. This listen through from A to B, 24 numbers to Man Like Gary. Via the Patreon recommended I listen to Hormoaning too. This one is Marigold, which is track number 4 of 24. Okay, shall we jump in? I think we should do. Let's go. This is quite a unique sound for Nirvana, eh? Is that Kurt singing? Who's singing? Dave originally wrote this song and recorded it by whispering into a mic while Kurt was sleeping in their small apartment. Kurt heard him and came to his room and asked him what it was. Kurt said he liked it, so they sang it a few times together, one taking the high harmony, one low. It ended up as a B-side to Heart-Shaped Box. According to Dave, he said Kurt felt this fit with his image for the In Utero record. Read this on an article. And then Dave Grohl killed Kurt Cobain and sold his soul to rock and roll to create the Foo Fighters, eh? I'm only joking, people. I'm only joking. You haven't heard that one before, though, have you? You haven't heard that one before. I've definitely said that a few too many times during this Nirvana thing, but hey, don't kill me, Grohl and the XX, okay? He knows too much. I love that. I'm a marigold. I love that. I love that. I'm a marigold. That's some. I don't know. There's just something quirky, twee pop, indie pop about that. I'm a marigold. I like it a lot. It's like Stone Roses when they said she's a waterfall. You know, that metaphorical sense and sort of portraying something or somebody or something as, you know, something quite airy fairy and natural. I adore it. I adore it. That was an alright tune, you know what I mean? That was a great change from the norm. That did not sound like Nirvana. That did not sound like a Nirvana track, even instrumentally speaking. We've got Even in His Youth coming up next, so hold on tight, people. Yes, now, bless now, don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. We're listening to Hormoaning 2. This is track number 5 of a massive wonky donkey 24 numbers. Even in His Youth is the title of this one. Let's go. Now this sounds like a demo. This sounds like a demo. I like the Nirvana logo in purple. I've never seen that before. Nice little walk of the bass. If I die before I wake, at least in heaven I can skate. That was a little shin shaker, wasn't it? Ba-da-bum. That was a little shin shaker, that. That was a good tune. It was a good tune. It separates itself from the others, though, in a detrimental way, purely down to the production value. Alright? Normally, I don't mind a flawed production, a gritty production, an amateur, a budget production, but I don't think it did the actual sound much justice. I think Nirvana do sound really good when it's a little bit more polished. I think that just suits the band a little more so. With that being said, that wasn't a bad little number. We're going to keep on moving. Oh, my apologies. I've had a long day. I don't need to explain it, do I? We've got Old Age coming up next, alright? 2.3 million views. Just millions of views on these B-sides. Let's keep going. Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Old Age by Nirvana. We're going through Hormoaning 2, which has 24 tracks. Wow. Devoted to Gary, the man, the legend. I was going to say my man, but he's everybody's man, because if you're a Nirvana fan and you found your way on this video, that's who you got to thank, alright? This one's entitled Old Age. Let's go. 2.3 million views. June 1991. An unfinished Nirvana song.
One more day to complete my service. One more how to came my nervous. Wondering how to find so one more day to complete my service. One more time to find myself. One more day to find a way. She seems to leave my
The bass lines really create most of the movement in these songs. We'll have a jangling chord, you know what I mean, cycling through. The drums will keep the beat, but the bass line will keep the movement. We're really sort of moving in a particular fashion dependent on what the bass line consists of. Do you not think? Does that make sense?
one more day to complete my summer. One more down in the finest summer. One more down in the finest summer. How you take my cover? And no day to say my
I know I sort of hated a little bit on the production of the last tune. The production ain't great on this one as well. You know, we're a little more rusty as opposed to the LPs. Why wouldn't it be? But I say that to say this. I really do like the way the drums sound on this record. I think this song, the drums sound really cool. Very organic, and it just sounds good. Sounds like I'm in the room.
She seemed to read my down. Read when you leave the
The vocal performance is quite interesting. It sounds like he's got his mouth sewn shut, you know? Here we go.
one more day to complete my circle.
Interesting comment. I don't know whether Nirvana cures my depression or depresses me more. Somebody said arguably one of the best melodies Kurt's written. I don't think so. I don't think so. got a good way of repeating the chorus line over and over as an outro to a lot of Nirvana songs. You hear it a lot, right? I mean, you hear it in the choruses, but you do hear it in the outros. There we go. Nice, perfect cadence there. Round it off. They said that was an unfinished song. What they mean by that, I have no idea. What, they didn't produce it properly, is that right? Not a bad number, not a bad number. We've got a classic coming up. I don't know this one, but I Hate Myself, Wanna Die. That is a classic title, innit? Let's keep going. Yes, now, bless now, don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Gary, goes out to you, my man. Via the Patreon, recommended Hormoaning 2. Track 7 of 24. Nice easy listen. Nice breeze this has been. Deep title to this one. Very bold title. I hate myself and I want to die. Alright, makes me laugh even saying it because I don't want to speak that into existence personally. Super Dulux Nirvana in Utero edition. I don't think we checked this out when we were listening to In Utero. Let's go. Hardcore, punk.
Running nose and running yoke. Even if you have a cold still, you can cough on me again. I still haven't had my full fill. In the someday, what's that sound? In the someday, what's that sound? In the someday, what's that sound? In the someday,
1, 2, go.
broken heart and broken bones. Finger plaster casts and pause pills. One more quirky cliche phrase. You're the one I want to refill. In the someday, what's that sound? In the someday, what's that sound? In the someday, what's that sound?
Supposedly, it was going to be part of the album, but Kurt thought there was already too many noisy songs, eh?
In the someday, what's that sound?
Kurt said in his very last interview that the title of the song was as big as a joke can be. Ironic. But that's still 164 replies. I know we're going into the depth of the whole Cobain didn't kill himself conspiracy. Let's have a look. There we go, first one. It didn't matter because he was murdered. So, considering people think he was murdered, we're going to go into depth on this channel. I'm going to start looking into this. We're going to join and read all of the conspiracies that link up to this. Because people say Courtney Love did it and so forth. But surely she would have got... Surely law enforcement would have... Because I mean, from the outside looking in, when it comes to these big rock stars and these bizarre circumstances, generally speaking, you can't talk too much, but generally speaking, it always tends to be the powers that be that take them off because they don't necessarily like the concentrated power they have, the political power that these musicians, these artists, these individuals, call them an influencer in this day and age, the power that they have to create their own flow, their own direction to market or to direct their market in a particular manner. Yeah. So I wonder.
Diamond attached to the skull by common wood screws.
I mean, look at any of them. Look at the political figures who had something to say. They always get assassinated. Always. To this day, they always go. They always go. Always. Always, always, always. And then that goes into the question, you know what I mean? To the same degree, you might not perceive it that manner looking at the guy, but did he sell his soul? Did he sign the contract? Was there a tribute to be made? Alright? Was there a tribute to establish somebody's successful career? You see? Who knows, eh? What do I know, eh? Ritual sacrifice, in case you didn't know. You can't talk too much about the fine detail, but you know, as far as the entertainment industry is concerned, and as far as major labels are concerned, and that, you know, hypothetically speaking, you know, there's some bizarre people, right? Eh? What do I know? Not a bad number. I hate myself and I want to die. Not me, but that's the title of the track. It wasn't too bad. You know what? I'm glad that they didn't throw it on the record. I did feel it would have stood up to half of the tunes on In Utero. It's not a bad number. It's not a bad number, but I don't think it would have stood up. Maybe with a different production, it could have been different. Who knows? We've got Curmudgeon coming up next, all right? Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Curmudgeon is the title of this one. We're listening to Hormoaning 2, track 8 of 24. We got a ride ahead of us. Let's jump in, shall we? Bada bing, bada bong. Nirvana. Novoselic doesn't get enough respect as a bass player. He's driving the whole thing. You know what? As much as I think he is... I'm not going to... Should I say the most important part of the band? It's a bold statement. But I think external to Nirvana, yeah, I agree. He doesn't get respect as a bassist. You know, people aren't putting this guy in their best bass players list, you know? And it's well deserved. B-side to Lithium. Where? Some mad swirly whirly flange there at the end. You never hear effects on these Nirvana recordings. They're always very organic. Always played in a very organic fashion, aside from like distortion, of course. You know. But it's a catchy tune. Once again, I mean, you'll hear this reoccurring purely as it's the B-sides, you know. They didn't deem them appropriate to throw on the album, and because of that, even the production will be lacking, but I didn't think that was that good a tune. Catchy enough, yeah, but it didn't have the return value to it for me. We got Mrs. Butterworth coming up next, alright, which is actually the least played one out of them all, so we'll see. Time will only tell what this one's saying. Let's go. Alright, what a guan, rude boys. Mrs. Butterworth is the title of this one. We're listening to Hormoaning 2. This is track number 9 of 24. Without further ado, my people, let's jump in, shall we? Metal. Bro, this is an old recording, 1987. This is punk rock. This must have been written because they had a couple of extra bands before this, didn't they? Before Nirvana. Billy Bones says everything about this song is pure 1980s hardcore punk. That's debatable, but I see where you're coming from. Now that's a bit more hardcore. Great energy to the chorus, really good energy. I'm surprised it goes on for 4 minutes. Like, it don't feel like it wants to, does it really? Now that's hardcore.
Your life is shit. I'm gonna open myself up a flea market. I'm gonna open up myself a flea market. You're gonna wish that you did. First off, I'm gonna empty out all my Mrs. Burglar jars. I'm gonna put them on the shelf for my $800 a month tax-free Century 21 shop. And then I am going to put my Mrs. Butterworth syrup jars on the shelf next to all the commemorative fast food chain glasses and cups I've accumulated over the past 62 years. Then I'm going to get some plywood. I'm going to get some plywood and cut them up into 2 by 2 feet squares. Then I'm going to get some burlap and I'm going to cut them into 2 by 2 feet squares, and then I'm going to put them onto the pieces of plywood. And then I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to go to the beach and I'm going to collect some shells and driftwood. And then I'm going to take the shells and driftwood and glue them onto the plywood and burlap.
Love the build up throwing that snare in there. Is that even the snare, or are they just hammering the toms?
Sell them for lots of money. People will be paying top dollar for my kids' new toys and clothing. Now maybe someday I can get rid of that piss-stained mattress I've been sleeping on.
Good tune. Good tune. Great chorus. Great chorus. Great bridge section. That extended bridge was really good. That's something you don't see later on in Nirvana, purely as they obviously started to understand that they needed to create it a little more brief. They started writing more properly in a pop sense later on down the line. We've got Ain't It a Shame coming up next, track number 10, alright. That was good. 87 that was put out, so that was really interesting to listen to that. Righted, bomber clarted. Yo, I've had a couple of drinks, but I'm not too bad yet. You seen that? That's my knee. I'm wearing shorts, a shirt, and a sweater, alright? Man had to get comfortable. Don't get gassed up. Ain't It a Shame is the title of this one. We're devoting this entire listen through to man like Gary, okay? Have things... I don't know if I declared my exit on the last video, but I might be wearing a different shirt purely as it's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new life for me. For me, and I'm feeling good. Let's get back into it. Hormoaning 2, track 10 of 24. Ain't It a Shame? That's the title of this one. Let's go. It makes sense if I put the audio in the right place. Give me 1 second, people. Give me 1 second. And without a doubt, bada bing, bada bong. Let's go. $19.89. Blues. Blues. Is this a cover? Is this a cover? Lead Belly. Taking that bass guitar for a walk there. Yo, there's a lot of material I've not heard, so let's consider this is Hormoaning with all of the B-sides, or at least so many of them. In the related, I've got Heaven is a Hoax, 1996. What? 32 minutes worth of material? What? What's that? Ain't it a shame? Somebody referred to this as rockabilly in the comments. Lead Belly was an old school blues artist, wasn't he? One of the originators. You tell me, am I wrong in saying that? Am I wrong in saying that? We got Do Re Mi coming up. Home Demo, alright? Off of the Sliver. Best of the what? Best of the box? Man, that font on there is horrible. Right, let's keep going. There's ROCKSTEADY King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Nirvana. Do Re Mi, Home Demo. Let's jump straight in, shall we? Long one at 4 minutes 22. Home Demo. I mean, before we get into it, let me just say 1.5 million views for a home demo of this caliber. And I like this. Somebody's done the lyrical content with the actual time stamps. I've never seen that done before. That's actually pretty cool.
If I might, let me down. We
But there's always someone in the comments saying, a lot of people say this is his last goodbye. What was his last goodbye? There's plenty of them. I don't think Kurt Cobain wanted to die, to be honest with you. From what I've become aware of, and through the music I've listened, I find it very hard to believe. I find it very hard to believe. This was the last song Nirvana recorded? Bruh, and the comment's been deleted, but obviously a conspiracy theorist has commented saying, you know, it wasn't his last words, blah, blah, blah. Someone says, you believe that Bush did 9/11, that there's aliens in Area 51, don't you? Yo, let me just say, shut the hell up to this guy. The government, if not the puppet masters, did 9/11. Come on now. Every global worldwide event is an inside job. Come on. Every broadcast did one at least. Come on now. Why? Do you really reckon this one was going to be entitled Do Re Mi? It's very un-Nirvana-like, the actual name of the track, you know? Da, 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 da. I used to play this song on the guitar to my ex. I don't like to play it anymore because the pain of leaving her is too fresh, but I'm starting to heal and be able to listen to it again. Yo, Cat Potts, let me just tell you, when that happens 2, 3, 4, 5 times down the line, you'll stop caring about the pain being too fresh. Let's be real. Bruh, I've had 2 drinks tonight. I'm cold as ice. Come on. Out of interest, who's making the money? Where's this money getting distributed? The Nirvana recordings, right? So obviously it's provided to YouTube by Universal Music Group because they're still rinsing all of the royalties after his death, clearly. Where does Kurt Cobain's songwriting royalties go? Does it go to his family? Where are they being distributed? Now, I know that's somewhat of a technical question, given you might more than likely just be a fan of the band, but if anybody does know, give me some insight as to what's going on with the actual financial streams of these recordings. I have no doubt in my mind that the label/labels are rinsing the hell out of the copyrights of Nirvana, and arguably rightfully so, purely as they signed the contract and business is business. But does anybody know what's going on there? And if you've only just joined King of the Pit TV, I despise major labels with a passion. I despise them. let me just say on a side note, right? Whilst I'm warbling on, I mean, we talk music on this channel, right? You think you're an independent artist. Well, if you're using a streaming service, do you know who's got shares in the streaming services? The major labels. So guess who's making money off of the generalized streaming of the people? Oh, I'm an independent artist, but my music's on Spotify. Well, what does it matter when Universal Music Group and Warner and Sony and all that have all got a piece of the pie over at Spotify? Are you really that independent, or are you still making money for, you know, those whom can't be named? You know what I mean? Let's be real. Streaming is the best and the worst thing that's ever happened to music and artistry. Full stop. And if you don't believe that's the case, what happens when one of the big three labels says, we'll remove all of our music from your streaming service if we don't get a good deal? Do you see where I'm coming from? Too much power. It was interesting to hear Kurt Cobain do a number in such a intimate fashion, but if I was to be honest with you, I don't want to hear Nirvana or any Nirvana songs in that sense, unless it's like hit songs we already know, purely as, you know, anyone with an acoustic guitar who can sing a tune. Maybe not as far as the writing capabilities are concerned, but anyone who can hold a tune and can play a guitar can do a demo like that. It really actually gives a great emphasis to how good the production value supported Nirvana and how the other two members of the band really supported Nirvana. I know it's blasphemous to say because people love Kurt Cobain, and to be honest with you, I think Kurt Cobain was a good artist, but when you hear it in that regards, you know, I've heard a lot of dodgy demos and a lot of low budget demos, and it doesn't necessarily stand out. We've got If You Must coming up next, alright? Yes, now, bless now. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady getting comfortable. We're listening to Nirvana, Hormoaning 2. If You Must is the title of this one. Let go. $1988. We're noodling. Good production. I just want to take a moment to make a comment on somebody has said Kurt's ear for melody was truly something special, which for me personally I didn't pick up on until I heard somebody do like an 8-bit Nirvana Nevermind cover, like just recreated the instrumental through and the vocal melodies through like 8-bit sounds. And it really makes the melodic element so clear. And it's, yeah, I must agree, Kurt Cobain did have a great way of creating melody, definitely. But he shrouded it in this sort of grungy carelessness, you know, this air of punk rock. Let's call it what it was. It was punk. little bit of info. It says Kurt really hated this song, which is probably why it wasn't released. Seems there had been some confusion between this song and Token Eastern Song. In a letter to Dale Crover published in Kurt Cobain's journals, Kurt elaborates on why he hates If You Must. The first song on the demo is no longer played. It is sickening and dumb. Destroy It is evil. And the likes of Whitesnake and Bon Jovi. The studio session from which this live track is extracted was circulating amongst traders prior to the release of the box set. Just the same chord, isn't it?
Write some words, make them rhyme. This is song, storyline. Set the mood, something new isn't made on my
Hypnotic. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Bruh, In Utero Deluxe Edition's got 43 songs. What? It wasn't a bad tune at all. Wasn't a bad tune at all. It was professional. It was professional, well written, and I'm not speaking lyrically. I'm speaking like instrumentally, and the way we went from A to B. It was professional as a band, cohesively. It was professional. The production was good. I really enjoyed the production, especially in contrast to the home demo we heard just prior to that. And let's keep on moving. We've got Token Eastern Song coming up next. Let's go. Yes, no, bless no. Don't forget to rest now. We're listening to Nirvana at King of the Pit TV. This one's entitled Token Eastern Song. Shall we jump in? I think we should. Let's go. Who's jamming? No drum fills. I was jamming. Punk rock. I mean, there wasn't anything I could say on that what I haven't said prior. Chorus wise, he knows how to just yell a song title, essentially, which is a nice break from the norm as far as a pop singer singing the song title. Kurt revitalized it in an alternate fashion by just giving it the big un on the title of that song. We've got D7, which I think is a cover, coming up next. Well, we'll find out. Pure Hardcore Punk says a commenter. Let's go. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Hormoaning 2 in respect of Gary via the Patreon. Right, D7, I seen this in the Reading live set we recorded not so long back. I think it was a cover. Let's see who it is a cover of. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody referenced, okay, The Wipers. The Wipers. I've never listened to The Wipers before. And normally I don't do covers, right? Normally I say we're going to bypass that because we're here to listen to original material. But when it comes to hardcore punk and when it comes to original, because this will be an 80s band, right? Let's get into it. D7. I never heard the original. I actually bet Nirvana did a better job than the original, to be fair with you.
Straight as an arrow, defect, not straight, not so straight, reject, towards antisocial. Standing on the stairs, cold morning, ghostly image of fear, Mayday, gonna leave this region, they'll take me with them. Dimension 7. Straight as an arrow, defect, not straight, not so straight, reject, don't antisocial, so dumb. Standing on the stairs, cold morning, ghostly image of fear, Mayday, gonna leave this region, they'll take me with them.
His growl on this tune. We've got some facts. D7 is a song originally performed by the Wipers, appearing on their 80s album Is This Real? Most popularly known for the Nirvana version, appeared in the 92 EP. Right, and also on a box set with lights out. So, growl is really good as far as hardcore punk music is concerned, purely as he just has an incredible intensity and power with that drum kit, you know? It's a shin shaker. It's a shin shaker. Come on now. Great tune. That's a fantastic number. That was D7. Great number. I mean, I can't comment as far as the writing is concerned, purely as it was another band's work, so we'll leave it there. Hope that reaction was sufficient. It's a good tune, and I have no doubt that Nirvana really put a great edge to it. We've got Return of the Rat coming up next. It's about me. Alright, let's keep going. Yes, now, bless now. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Return of the Rat by Nirvana. Not Nirvana, Nirvana. Let's jump straight in, shall we? This is track 15 and 24 off of Hormoaning 2. Let's go. Return of the Rat. 92. This is a cover as well. Let's have a look who this was covered. Songwriter Greg Sage, okay? April 92 saw Nirvana return to the studio for the first time following the huge success of Nevermind. Producer Barrett Jones had built a studio in the basement of the Seattle house he and his girlfriend shared with Dave Grohl. For the Wipers tribute compilation, 8 songs for Greg Sage and the Wipers, Nirvana wanted to contribute with their cover of D7, but Geffen didn't want to license the song to an indie label, so the band decided to record Return of the Rat instead. The song was never played live. What, so is this another Wipers number? Let's find out who it is first. Can I ask a question? So, I just said it because purely it says so in the related videos. Kurt Cobain on heroin. Is there like literal like documentation of Kurt Cobain actually taking heroin? Because you never really see it depicted, or at least I haven't. You'd think it'd be like bold in the whole sort of Nirvana, fandom. The fact that he was actually a proper druggie. Who did the original? I'm just trying to find out who did the original. They say it's a cover, but no one's referencing who. The Wipers. It's the Wipers again. They've done another Wipers number.
You better watch out. You better beware. You're coming from all sides of the country. You better beware. Return of the rat. Return of the rat. Return of the rat. No, 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 no. Return of the rat. Return of the rat. Return of the rat. No, 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 no. Confess. Well, I better confess. Started this mess and no, I seen him do it. We better confess. Turn of the rat, 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 turn of the rat. No, 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 no.
If Kurt Cobain was still alive, do you reckon he would have gone bald and shaved his head by now? Look at the photo we got before us of the band. Couldn't you imagine Kurt Cobain bald?
Well, you better watch out. beware. Coming from all sides of the country, better beware. Turn on the right, turn on the right, turn on the right, no, 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 no. Turn on the right, turn on the right, turn on the right, no, 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 no.
That was Return of the Rat. It wasn't a great tune. It wasn't a great tune. Nirvana can do better than covering, or they could do better than covering bland punk rock bands that didn't necessarily reach to a broad market purely because they weren't that good. And I say that living in the 2000s where nobody knows about the Wipers other than Nirvana. You know what I mean? I know that's a bold statement, but having existed for a decade and beyond in hardcore punk and punk rock music at this point, no one gives a crap about the Wipers, but people give a crap about Nirvana. So I feel like their cover songs, as far as these are concerned, sort of do them a bit of disservice because it's a bit of novelty more so than all else, because they definitely can write better songs. Nirvana can write better songs than the bands they cover. We've got Blandest coming up next, which is track number 16. Let's keep on moving, people. Come on. Yes, now blessed. Now don't forget to rest. Now Dead's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Nirvana, Hormoaning 2. This one's entitled Blandest. It's track number 16 of 20. Jeez Louise, I just had a big Scooby-Doo style sandwich. Let's get into it, shall we? Nice, that melody was nice. Let's see what they're saying about this one. This song was originally intended to be the B-side of the Love Buzz single. I can see it being on par with Love Buzz, but it was abandoned. Kurt was reportedly embarrassed by some of the vocals. Kurt later had a change of heart and intended to release this song in Insecticide, but I call it Insecticide, I don't want to use the proper term, only to discover that he had ordered Jack Endino to destroy the master tape. Well, why didn't Jack Endino destroy the master tape? Producer Jack Endino about the song. Blandest didn't come out very well, and they opted to re-record it at a later time because the song was not ready yet. They instructed me to record over this version, which we did, and I even kept a cassette of it myself, so the bootleg copies of it that exist must have come from band members' rough mix cassettes, perhaps stolen ones, I doubt it. When they were planning Incesticide, Chris called me up and wanted to know if I remembered Blandest and if there was a tape of it anywhere. I told him no, you guys told me to erase it. Imagine how spooked I was when I later heard it on bootleg 10th generation, blah 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 blah. Someone says, if you don't like Nirvana, you just don't get it. What the hell does that mean? There's no doubt about it. Kurt Cobain played the guitar in a very unique fashion. Very unique fashion that is very hard to replicate. In a very organic, human way, you know. Although he was good at what he did, he wasn't perfect, and he accentuated that lack of perfection in a perfect manner. That's a cool vocal. Nice. Quality. Catchy, really catchy, with the emphasis on the hook, with the guitar. Really good. That was Blandest. Yeah, that was an half decent tune. I can see why they wanted to record that one. It wasn't necessarily worth throwing away, because it definitely had some sort of quality to it. I agree as far as re-recording the vocals, getting a harsher, more modernised vocal on there as they went later on into their history. We've got Pen Cap Chew coming up. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Hormoaning 2. This one's entitled Pen Cap Chew. Let's just jump straight in, shall we? Let's go. Track 17 of 24. 1988. A lot of demos in 88, yeah? Quite creepy. Quite an interesting tune. We're deep into the number, but it's very drone-esque. We've established such an incredible tension. I wonder if we're going to develop on here as far as a drum beat is concerned. Slow fade out, very slow fade out there. You know, someone in the comment section said when they hear this song they have to play it twice. I don't see why. This seems like a filler track, this. Now, don't get me wrong, they've not thrown it on a record, so I don't mean filler, like literally speaking. But as far as the content we've been hearing, this just fills a gap. This does not feel like a well-concerted, full-force effort, you know? Not enough riffs. Uninspired drums. It's not one for me. Pen Cap Chew was not a number for me. We've got Clean Up Before She Comes coming up next. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Yes, now bless. Now don't forget to rest. Now there's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Charging up. Let me get this lead in. Clean Up Before She Comes is the title of this one. It's track number 18 of 24. We're listening to Hormoaning 2 as recommended by Gary via the Patreon. Thank you very much. Let's jump in, shall we? I mean, we've got a little 5-second advertisement. It's always gambling, people. I've not touched any degree of gambling in my entire life. I don't know why it wants to advertise that. It's degenerate, let's be real. No apologies to any gamblers out there. You do whatever gets you a kick, but why should it be advertised to me? It should not be allowed to be advertised. It kills people. People take their lives over it. With that being said, Clean Up Before She Comes is the title of this one. Track 18, let's go. From 1987 to 88. Possible that the song was re-recorded in 94, but it wasn't confirmed. Bagraph says it says this dude could not write a bad song. I think he wrote a couple of bad ones personally, but overall, the band gelled. It's the heaviest vocal arrangement we might have heard on any Nirvana track as far as layering is concerned, harmonies. And that's not just through one section. I mean, like, the entirety of this has been, like, dual, if not more so, vocals. Sounds a little bit like bands of the 60s, how they produced their vocal line. And you know what? Normally when it's just a guitar and a vocal line, sometimes it's just very, especially recorded as it has been, sometimes it's just very awkwardly thin. And I'm speaking in regards to being a songwriter. It comes across very thin. But with the, you know, multiple tracked vocal line, it comes across quite full, and I never questioned the rest of the band instrumentally. Nice.
me getting older. I'm starting to eat my vegetables.
That was Clean Up Before She Comes. Quite an interesting sound for Nirvana. Quite an interesting, very different to what we normally hear. Interesting song. We got Anorexis, which is a great song title, coming up next, track number 19. Let's keep going forwards, yeah? Yes, now bless. Now do not forget the rest. Now Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. Anorexis is the title of this one by Nirvana. Track number 19 of 24 on Hormoaning 2. Let's jump straight in. Come on now. When was this put out? 87, early. That wasn't a bad tune. Nah, that was pretty good. I was coming in there thinking 87's early. It's not going to be that good, but it was good. Somebody commented saying how much complex Kurt's guitar player was on the very first songs he wrote. I didn't necessarily see that as much more complicated than some of the, big hit in Nirvana songs. I thought it was a relatively simple riff, but it worked well. It was definitely a different style of performance, a different style of playing. I mean, yeah, I thought it was a good tune. The whole point about Nirvana to me, what sells me, is the big hooks and the melodic content. So they weren't in their forte during that number, but it was half decent music. Let's be fair, we got Spank Through coming up next, which might be a cover this one. Yes, now bless. Now don't forget the rest. Now there's Rocksteady, King of Pit TV. This one's Spank Through. We're listening to Nirvana's Hormoaning 2. What have we got? Kurt was 18 when he wrote this, apparently. Apparently it was the track that made Chris join. Let's see. Cool tone. Sounds like a Friends theme. Quite country, yeah?
Listen to the light of the trees and the flowers sing timely, and the birds fly happily
think they played this at the Reading footage, right?
We're together once again, my love. I need you back, oh baby, baby. I can't explain just why we lost it from the start. Never without you, girl. You only break my heart.
Come on. Great riff. Two, three. That break is really cool. I like this. This is one of my favourite riffs by them, you know? Da, 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 da. Ba-da-da. Potentially one of the catchiest Nirvana riffs right there. I like that riff a lot. Good tune, not a bad one. It's nice to go through the history and see the songs that sort of have... But you know what? Some writers just write songs and it's the end of that. But it seems a lot of these have got particular stories to them. Particular historical emphasis on the development of the band, which is interesting. And check this out. Kurt Cobain, montage of the home recordings. I've never seen this before. This will be interesting. It's entitled And I Love Her, okay? So we might have a little home recorded singer-songwriter-esque number coming up. Yes, now bless. Now let's not forget the rest now. I almost forgot it then. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. And I Love Her is the title of this one. We're listening to Hormoaning 2, track 21 of 24. We're nearing the end. This seems like a little home recording, singer-songwriter-esque recording from Kurt himself. Let's see. 3.5 million views. I wonder where this artwork came from.
She gives me everything.
No credits.
Tenderly.
Composer and lyricist John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Is this a Beatles number? When was this put out?
Dark is the sky. Love of mine will never die.
I don't really know the original, which might sound incredible to you, because like, how do you avoid the Beatles? But I don't know the original. like the artwork. And I love her. You know it's a good tune when you can sing along after, 1, 2 chorus sections. That was And I Love Her. Clearly I can't comment too much purely as it was a Beatles song, but people in the comments are saying it's funny how Kurt can turn whatever in such a depressive way. And I agree to some extent, but I think we're already preemptive to perceive Kurt Cobain as this sort of tortured soul of an individual, so we perceive it in that manner, whereas if it was just a stranger trying to sing along to that tune, we might hear it in a different manner. All Apologies, was this put out as a single? Alright, I'm not going to state the title of this one, purely for YouTube purposes, but we've got another tune coming up next which falls at track 22, 24. Let's keep going. Yes, now, bless. Now, don't forget to rest. Now, there's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Hormoaning 2 is what we're listening to. This one's entitled MV. I'm not going to call it the title because it's YouTube and I can only say so much, alright? Let's go. Track 22 or 24. Jeez, I just had a look at the lyrical content. That vocal.
I particularly enjoyed the circumference.
John Frusciante did a cover of that. Sonic Youth.
Of the silken wilds of I prefer her to wear the other. Marijuana. Marijuana. Marijuana.
Heavy. This was on, whether it was or wasn't, on the B side of All Apologies and Army. Do you think they went out of their way intentionally to make the B-sides lesser? Because All Apologies and Army both of them are incredible songs. And I'm not saying, it's all up for interpretation, it's subjective as to whether this is or isn't, but in comparison, it doesn't hold a candle to what we have heard. So have they gone out of their way to create, a lesser product? Cool double up on the lyric, on the vocal line there. I like that higher register vocal. It was punk. That's ridiculous. So, stuff like that is why Nirvana is so perpetually consistent with influencing and getting into the ears of the younger generations. Nirvana was a band that messed around and sort of went out of the way to be a bit quirky, a bit edgy, and just sort of carefree. But they did so and was recorded so in a sense that was, professional. They did so in a professional manner. I mean, when you start a band and stuff, you do stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you just throw it in, and it's a laugh, and it's a hoot, and it's a pretty pure expression, right? Because, I want to write pop songs. You don't necessarily do that. You have to stray from doing stuff like that. So that's interesting stuff. We've got Opinion coming up next, all right? Let's keep going. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Essentially, we're finishing off the Hormoaning 2 B-sides. This one's entitled Opinion. At 1 minute 34, we'll see how much content I have as far as commentary is concerned. And then we'll finish the record off. Let's go. Opinion.
Oh, this song's called Opinion.
Kurt Cobain played this solo at Chaos Radio on the Evergreen State College. Only one recording has surfaced.
Congratulations, you have won this year's subscription. All bad puns and a makeshift
1990.
story. I'm concerned and to set it up before it burns. My opinions, my opinions, my opinions, my opinions. There seems to be a problem here. Scale of motion seems too clear. Now they rise and fall like Wall Street stock, and they have an effect on our peace talk. Our opinions, our opinions.
Jim DeRogatis from the Spin magazine Rock Cobain performed this angry acoustic diatribe against the sensationalistic media live on KSFM in Olympia, Washington in 1990, supposedly on the night that he wrote it. The lyrics seem prescient. Congratulations, you have won. It's a year's subscription of bad puns, and it makes your story our concern, and you sail before it burns. Lyrics to this song can be found in Kurt Cobain's journals on page 126. Anybody read that? According to ex-Geffen employer Jim Griffin, an electric version was also recorded in a studio. Do not be fooled, though, by the fake electric version that has been traded and is available through file sharing. It's not Nirvana. Nirvana's electric version has not surfaced. Not surfaced until the label wants to cash in. Let's be real. The BMI listing for this song is Opinions, and when I say cash in, wait until you get the Nirvana Nevermind 40th anniversary box set with it on there. Come on, we're not dumb. The BMI listing for this song is Opinions, and that title has been cited before by people such as Courtney Love, where she described the song as funny as said.
Opinions, opinions. Congratulations, you have won. It's a year's subscription.
Real music, real art, real rock, says Tiana.
Of bad puns and a makes
What makes it real? What makes anything real, you know?
your story of concern.
Because it means something to them.
And you set it up before it burns. In opinions, your opinions.
That was Opinion. Or Opinions, maybe I think it should be called, purely as that was the relative word. Yeah, what more can be said? If that was picked up by a radio station, performed on a radio station, it wasn't bad quality, that was it? It was quite a good lo-fi, blast, to be honest with you. I like that. Let's finish this off. We've got verse, chorus, verse to finish. 2.3 million views. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV signing in and signing out with Hormoaning number 2, as recommended by Gary via the Patreon. One love, Gary, my man. This is verse, chorus, verse to finish us off. Let's go. Great production.
Neither side is sacred, no one wants to win. Feeling self-sedated, they all just give in. Taking medication, their stomachs full. Neither side is sacred, falling in the hole. Grass is greener over here. Your fire leaves it clear. Green banner, what will you do? Take a time and I'll do too. You're the reason I feel pain. Feels so good to feel again. Neither side is sacred, no one wants to win. Feeling self-sedated, but I can't give in. Feeling medication, their stomachs full. Feeling self-sedated when I'm in my home. Grass is greener over here. Your fire keeps it clear. Reinventing what we knew. Take time and we'll too. You're the reason I feel pain. Feels so good to feel again.
That was verse, chorus, verse to finish us off. That was a very, very Nirvana-esque tune. That is those chords, the way they were strummed, the clarity, the production value. That was a Nirvana song, without a doubt. Somebody said it sounded like all the Nirvana songs put together as one. I can see why they say that. Just need a little more distortion and a little more yelling on the chorus for that to be true, I would reckon. But that was Hormoaning 2. It was an interesting ride. Obviously, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to give a final overview and, a separate video covering my final thoughts, purely as there's such a blend of material, there's such a mixture of varied material in this record. I can't comment on it all as one, because it's not necessarily the case. It was a good ride. There's a lot of good material in here, but some people say, oh, Kurt never wrote a bad song and stuff. I completely beg to differ. I feel like there was a lot of, understandable B-side material in here. You know what I mean? Understandable why they didn't make it onto the records and so forth. But it was an interesting ride. It was good to hear some of the historical context and see some of the history behind the records we adore so much. And see a little bit of the background information of one of the world's most popular and well-known and well-loved rock bands, Nirvana. And on that note, I'm going to sign out. Once again, peace to Gary. If you want to thank me for doing these Nirvana listens, don't thank me. Thank you to Gary, alright? Leave a comment down below. I'm signing out, people. Till next time, peace, peace, peace.